Kendrick Super Bowl or a Drake album? I feel like we should go chronological. Chronological?
Fuck it.
All right. Kendrick Super Bowl halftime show. Mixed reviews, receptions, everybody around the room.
I hope everybody saw that, bro. He just was like, oh, man,
I'm out.
I really trying to sit in
It's
between
time.
that. I usually always do that.
It's time. It's time
He
though.
did it so slick too.
It's
For the
time
record,
though.
I know,
It's time
but
though
the comedic timing was really good.
Yeah.
Every time I've been on the podcast, we've always been on opposite sides. It's always been the debate with Kendrick and Drake. So he knew it was coming. He's like, yeah, let me just go ahead and just get this started.
He said, do your thing, twin. You ain't fucking with it? Get the mic back to him.
No, listen, honestly, I'm not gonna start. I'll let the room start. How's there anybody that wants to talk? How y'all feeling about the performance?
Yeah, bro. Pass that bitch back. How you feel about it?
That's it back.
I'm not starting first because y'all keep trying.
We gotta know.
You gotta go, bro.
We're all gonna give our input.
You gotta go, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
We want
What I gotta know first, were you expecting to watch? I feel like you had to come battle ready for this one because you knew what this was gonna end up being.
The crazy thing is, listen, Chris, what I say about the halftime Super Bowl performance?
I don't remember.
No, you don't remember.
No, I don't.
How convenient. How convenient.
How convenient.
Nah, but like I said, I had tweeted it too. I'm like, it was a W performance to me in my book. I thought it was he did everything he was supposed to do. Now on the flip side, I do think he might have ruined it for a lot of upcoming rappers that might want to be in the Super Bowl within these next couple years or so. I'm not expecting no more rappers for the next 2 years at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But
I don't know. I agree with you on that. I think.
Yeah, you think Roger Goodell was
Kendrick-
like, all right, I'll let you do this shit once.
Fucking person next
Oh man, they gotta contradict that Super Bowl next year. They gotta find the why to do that.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Post Malone's coming in there. Yeah. Fucking Jelly Roll's gonna be in that motherfucker, bro. I'm telling you.
Too dark. You ain't gonna be Jelly Roll. You think Jelly Roll's running back and forth?
No, he's got a song. He's got a song with them. He's got a song with Eminem. That's too risky.
It's about to be the Wiggles or some shit.
It's too risky.
It's gotta be.
Jason
Aldean. He's
Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Fat and Juicy.
It's gonna be like Taylor Swift or something.
it's gonna be like an Ed Sheeran for sure.
I can definitely see Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran.
I don't think. Listen, if
Luke
Chiefs
Bryan,
don't make it, if Chiefs don't make it,
Macklemore,
Taylor Swift not doing
Still
that
can't
shit.
hold us.
Yeah,
no way.
I could see some country shit too. Fucking
Yeah, but if Chiefs start
100%.
losing,
I'm
like
sure
they
they're gonna
did,
go that
I
way.
think she's going back out of that.
Yeah,
show.
yeah. If she ain't got nothing to do that day, if she ain't got nothing to
I'm
do.
calling it now. It's gonna be Adele.
Adele.
Now that would be hard.
Adele's
I would
gonna
actually
probably
be
release
here
another
for it.
album this year. It'll be Adele.
Wait,
What would this one be?
How
Like
old is she?
34?
It's about to be Michael Jackson.
If she's like 34, that shit won't work.
That
That shit won't work. It'll be every 5 to 10 years. Cause she did 30, and she did that when it was like COVID time.
But she did 20.
She
She
might be-
did 21 though. But
I gotta.
Well, yeah,
agree
but
with Rod,
that's
I
though,
mean,
man.
it's a
significant
milestone
age.
birthday. I guess,
Nobody's
but-
like, I'm 33.
I gotta agree with Rod though, bro. Like, it's gonna be a while before rap gets back into the Super Bowl.
I don't think so. Not
And
with
the next
Jay-Z
person
there.
ever probably to get it.
See, listen, Jay-Z asking for a lot. Like, we already had to have your back after this case. You bring a Kendrick on stage. Like, you kind of, you asked for too much. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up. I just got eyes on this. Did anyone know that she's engaged to Rich Paul?
Yeah.
I did not know that at all. Yeah, damn.
Bro,
Yeah, another one bites the dust.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Oh no, I was hoping she pulled up to 3rd Street one day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, maybe I catch her at the dive bar around the corner or something like that.
Maybe she's at 3rd Street. You know.
Karaoke night.
We get to exchange.
I just gotta roll my.
we get to exchange
I just
your
gotta roll the
music
dice that
ideas.
Georgia Smith gonna pop up now. It's a.
One thing I do think about, like, this performance, like, all the backlash that Kendrick was getting from it, and, like, the way his stance was defending it, I feel like they kind of, like, gassing Kendrick out just a little bit. Because now it's like every time Kendrick drop, it's going to be the crowd that's going to be like, oh, this shit ass, this, that, and the third. And then there's always the Kendrick stands that's going to come in and say, they're going to say the same thing every time, I already know. you don't understand. It went over your head. You don't get the message. Blah blah blah. This, that, and the third. So like, just hearing that every time is just gonna like blow his steam.
Okay.
I feel like.
But this is the conversation we always have. I don't give a fuck about the stance. I don't give a fuck about Aubrey's attorney. I don't give a fuck about the Kendrick stance. I don't like those don't buy into me. Like when I post those in the group chat, like you'll see I'll share them occasionally in the group chat, but it's always like laughing at them. It's never like those don't ever gaslight me into like feeling like away. Like those don't get me charged up. So like I disqualify the stans. There's a big difference between fans and stans. So like but I do want to acknowledge the criticism of it, right? Like the criticisms of it were fair. Like the set list wasn't the best. Like I wouldn't have done Squabble Up. Like I feel like if anything I would have just done the snippet and get the fuck out of there. I don't feel like Squabble Up at best snippet in the hook.
It was a really bold move to do all new shit.
I didn't need the verse, but again, that's what I'm saying.
That's the most hype song on the album, though.
And
I was gonna say
TV Off is.
I was gonna say if anything, you want to get rid of Man in the Garden and stuff like
Yeah, I was
that.
gonna
Like
say,
those were the songs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it goes to my broader point, like the set list. Because look, I'll be fair. Let me just state my opinion on it. I loved it. But I also understand everybody that doesn't fuck with it. Like both sides are fair. To me, it was dope. The choreography, Kendrick is A1 with the choreography. He's an electric performer. The breath control rapping, yada yada yada, was great. I like the music. The obviously the thought piece of the Uncle Sam stuff was dope. But to me, it's also fair to criticize the set list was all GNX. Because if you look at a history of a Super Bowl, what is a Super Bowl? It's always
play the generational hits.
Yes, play the generational hits, which Kendrick could have leaned into it. He could have went to Mad City. He could have went to All Right. He could have went to these records.
Actually, freestyle would have been fucking crazy.
And yeah, and he could have, and he didn't.
Maybe not for the Super Bowl.
Hold on, let me land, because like the thing is that he could have went that way. He could have went that way, and he didn't. So I'm not opposed to anybody that is critiquing that part of it, because that's fair. I don't think the set list was the greatest. I would have snuck in Family Ties. I would have done a whole bunch of different shit. But also, we got to look at who Kendrick is. And Kendrick has always done things unconventional. That's how he got to where he's at. So if you guys expected Kendrick to go in there and just do what he did, or just play the hits, then you haven't been following Kendrick. I literally said on the phone, we talked hours before Super Bowl. I said he's gonna play something unreleased, whatever. Like he's gonna do something that's like different, because he always does that shit
against the grain.
So if you like that, you like that. If you don't, you don't. I think it's fair. I also think it's fair to critique the part of the Drake thing, right? Like, how much do you want your legacy to be tied directly to Drake? How much do you want like this moment, which is the biggest, I guess, in terms of viewership moment that Kendrick will ever have? Like, it was 133 million people watching, most in Super Bowl, whatever. That is literally the most eyes you'll ever have. Do you really want this moment to be doubling down on fuck you, Drake, it's your funeral, which is what he did? I'm also fairly critical in that. Like, stand on your own, separate yourself. I'm not opposed to it. I loved it for what it was. I'm happy we got a deep cut like Man in the Garden. I enjoyed I thought the set list picked up at like particularly leading into SZA, and then like from SZA forward, that was good to me. But again, I thought it was dope. I thought it was dope. I thought it was a good performance. It'll be my favorite because I'm a rap fan. So like that's the most rap that in 2022 with Kendrick, Dr. Dre and them. Those are my favorites. Why? Because that's my shit. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm at with it. But I'm fair to the critiques.
My favorite was the Janet Jackson.
You are a clown. You're a clown.
JT, God bless you.
That was fire. Yeah.
Well, I mean, because here's my thing on this, because obviously,
I'm sorry. I want to let you finish. You know that's why YouTube started.
Yes,
was because
that was the reason that they started
because
the
guys who created it were trying to find the video of Janet Jackson's shit popping out at the Super Bowl, and they couldn't, so they started YouTube. It's literally the reason it started.
That's 100% the reason.
What?
Yeah, swear to God. I know.
They have
Hey,
interviewed
that,
multiple times.
that's
and said
real
the reason.
gooner shit for real. That is incredibly
Yeah.
incredible levels of horny
As a
right
YouTube
Titties created
podcast.
the most
Thank you,
popular
Justin
social
Timberlake.
media platform in the world.
there. Yeah, bro, that's fucking.
Hey,
Look
bro.
what titties do for everybody.
If I'm Justin, dog, if Justin Timberlake would have came there and been like, I want royalties, or Janet Jackson, either side, don't matter, royalties off of YouTube, off the startup.
Yeah, I swear. All right, Bryce, I'm sorry.
No,
Continue.
you're
I
good.
just
No,
had to get.
because that's a good. That's actually a good fact.
Yeah.
But obviously, I like the performance. Here's my thing about it, because I know that and we were joking about it before, that terrible ass interview with Ebro and Nadeska
Shot in Nadeska.
on the before Kendrick did the Super Bowl. But he said he wanted to tell a story, and that's one thing I will say I did like about this halftime show. I love the show, for the record. Between, like you talked about, the Dr. Dre one, that one, and the Prince one are probably my top 3. But I will say that Kendrick is, like you said, very unconventional. His whole thing was he didn't want to go out there and do a greatest hits. He wanted to tell a story. And he said that. And right now, the whole thing that he's been on is this West Coast kick. And I don't think it's as much about Drake as it is Kendrick has been on this, they're not like us. And it's not just, it goes political. It goes against Drake, obviously. It goes against a lot of other things.
It does, but we know what the main point is.
listen,
We know what the main point is. Like, I'll let you slide a little bit.
I think we heard him tease "Not Like Us" twice before it was even played.
It was once, yeah.
Once,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
But
we
he
all knew
leaned
what we
into-
was here
no.
for. We all
Which-
know what we came
which-
for.
but-
We all
but-
know we.
Can I?
he
Can I?
knew what we
hold on.
wanted to
That's
go from.
inevitable.
One second.
So-
One second.
It's
Can I-
inevitable. That
Can I
song
shoot
goes
him?
up.
Can I shoot him some bail too? Because if I'm Kendrick and the whole conversation, and we had this for weeks on the podcast, was is he gonna play it or is he not going to play it? So he almost kind of got, like, because of the lawsuit, because of the noise, he almost got backed in the corner of it was a situation where if he didn't play it, oh, you like,
It was
why
a-
you bitching
it was a
out?
say you won't-
why
say
you
you won't
bitching
do
out?
it.
Yeah. say you
Also,
won't
it was
do
never
Do it.
it was never a question he was not gonna play it. That man just won 5 Grammys for the diss song. He won not just the hip hop Grammys. That man won Song and Record of the Year. That song was gonna get played.
Yeah,
Well,
it
he was a
the
Grammy
biggest
song.
The
last
song
year.
was gonna get played for sure.
Euphoria, I don't think he had to do. Like, but
Definitely didn't.
Yeah.
He left that one out.
the vibe of it is
thought it
great
was
for
good.
the Super Bowl. The
I would
beating
have
shit
done
is
Family
great.
Ties. I would have done Family Ties there.
Yeah,
I
if you
would
put
started the Super Bowl with Euphoria. That's how that shit gets started.
I agree.
yeah, because I mean that shit like the beat to that really
No,
gets
because
the
if you're
shit
doing
going, but-
unreleased,
but-
you're
but-
gonna start there.
Did they do? That's what he did.
That's
Oh,
what he
did?
started.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. When Euphoria to Serena Williams to Not Like Us, and to him, the little cutscenes where he mentioned the lawsuit and saying a little shit about Drake. It's too much Drake in this Super Bowl.
So-
you know
so
what I'm saying?
that
For
goes
it
back
to
to-
for it to not be the main focus of why everybody's here
So-
and why he's doing what he's doing.
So
I mean,
go ahead.
I mean, that could be again. That's not. I'm not disputing. That's not the focus. He wanted to
Yeah.
have his victory lap on Drake. Listen,
He
2025
ended
is the
with
year of
Game
the hater.
Over.
Yeah, 2025 is the year of the hater. Let's be honest. I mean, between Trump being back in office, Kendrick winning 5 Grammys for a diss song, that Super Bowl performance, 2025 is the year of the hater.
everyone hating.
Everybody hating.
And also too, I want to say too, like the because I'm not gonna get into this because that's a whole nother thing. I saw people I saw videos on both sides talking about the crowd of the Super Bowl. That was a performance that's meant to watch. Like, I watched it after we watched it live.
Mm-hmm.
I watched
Same
it
here.
in TV. Yeah, I didn't have the tickets. I don't got like that. So I watched it here, and then I watched it like again. It's not one, especially a rap performance. Those are almost never gonna go over good live as opposed to watching them. Like, for example, you look at fucking all of the Super Bowl history. You got people flying, hanging 250 feet in the air. You got all these other shits.
The
like,
performance is made for TV, not
he
for
was
the live
he was just
performance,
rap,
for sure.
and that's why I enjoyed it. Cause like, as a fan of, forget who it was, it could have been Kendrick, could have been whoever. It was about rapping. He played his rapping songs. As a rap fan, I enjoyed that part. But I also get everybody. So I get everybody criticizing that. So I want to ask you, when it comes to do you feel it was a mistake for him to kind of like double, triple down on like the Drake part? Because there is that point of like, again, I think it's a fair critique to be like, oh, you have the biggest moment of your career and you are tying it directly to fuck Drake, because that's what he did.
So
My thing is, okay, so first of all,
How do you feel about that part of it? Go ahead. I'll let him talk.
I was gonna say Drake is one of the biggest artists of our generation. Clearly. The thing is, you're taking this guy and you are literally dissing him live at the Super Bowl. You want that kill shot.
The biggest platform in America.
Biggest platform in America.
Biggest
You have millions of people watching.
What?
What?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know, everyone's watching. You got millions of people on this fucking TV tuned in. What better place to do it than that? And end it. Completely end it. Because Drake was always talking about a comeback. Oh, I got more shit coming. This, and that. How do you recover from this?
He did say game 2. He said.
How do you recover from a Super Bowl halftime show saying "fuck Drake"? Say Drake.
You kind of really don't. But I mean,
Exactly.
being Drake, I don't know. It's kind of like a
What do you mean?
slippery slope, like recovering from
You can't
That's
recover
from
from this.
from the Super Bowl halftime show. But damn, what the fuck was I about to say? While I do think it was a W performance, I think that I think Kendrick halftime show performance wasn't a good fit for a halftime show for a Super Bowl. While it was a good performance, I don't think it was good for the Super Bowl only because, I mean, you know how Super Bowl parties get. Everybody in there, they getting wasted, getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there was too much of a message trying to get across that people not gonna be trying to figure out at that point in time. And I don't know. I'm probably like the majority. I don't really go back and just watch halftime shows, halftime performances. I don't really give a fuck like that. I heard most of these songs a trillion times.
Yeah.
Did you
Maybe
rewatch
maybe
this one?
you come across a video once in a while, but like
Did you rewatch this one?
Not rewatch this one when
Oh,
it was
yeah,
all on
'cause
my
it was
timeline.
there. Okay.
Like it was no way I could not see it one more time at least.
But no,
some
that's
sections of it.
again. That gets
I can
back
see
to
what you mean by
that
that. Though.
gets
It's
back
like, but at the same time, that is the best time to get any messaging across that you
Right.
want to because you. So that's
Right.
why it's a
It
double-edged
is.
sword in that sense.
It is. That's 100% true. But you like when there's people out here saying this sucks for blase blah, they should be able to feel that way because the message you're trying to get across is not the point in time for that. Whatever that message might be, you know what I'm saying?
Which is why I shot Bale with the context of it. Is like, look, I'm sitting in here saying I enjoyed it, but I'm totally fair game to anybody that wants to criticize it because, yeah, to be honest, yeah, I heard that. So.
It didn't hurt that much. You just did.
Man about to bust.
Oh yeah. But that again, I get it. I get every ounce of criticism you wanna display for the Kendrick Super Bowl performance. I get it. I will say I enjoyed it, but I will always I'm not gonna say you don't get the message or blah 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 because I also understand a Super Bowl party is a bunch of people getting together, getting drunk, and 60% of the people don't give a fuck about the game. They're just there hanging out, chilling. I talked to a good friend of mine, and he was like, yeah, I couldn't even hear what the fuck he was saying. Like we were all drunk, chilling. That's what a Super Bowl party is.
Yeah. Like Usher last year got it kept everyone lit through the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
That goes back to me. I was so excited when Rihanna got the Super Bowl, and then I realized I realized before coming in, I was like, I'm not gonna probably love this because as much as I love Rihanna's music, I don't really love her pop hits.
You're not getting the Rihanna you want.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there through We Found Love and all this stuff, which is the big songs. But for me, that didn't do anything. I liked her consideration with SZA and like those deeper cuts. So I realized like, okay, this isn't gonna be for me. Kendrick would put out Super Bowl. That was for me. The same way that
she smoked. She smoked
Yeah,
her
SZA
moment.
did.
That all the stars. Oh my God.
But it goes. I was gonna say this real
I
quick.
can't wait for a tour.
The one thing though, it goes back to the same way that once the Janet Jackson Nipplegate happened, that we had
Nipplegate.
we had fucking Bruce Springsteen and the Eagles and the Who. We had 3 straight old ass white groups, and I'm like, yeah, the Super Bowl halftime show ain't gonna do shit for me right here. So all the people can respect it like this. Yeah, technically it was fine and all that, but for me as a halftime show, it was boring as hell. I didn't care. So for some people, I'm sorry, old white men in America who got real upset about this. Yeah, it wasn't for you. Tough titty.
Yeah.
Ironic.
Yeah, I was about to say that shit too. I was just about to say that shit. I was about to say the same thing, damn it, bro.
And listen. All I know is, I've been defending Kendrick all week. I feel like I am no longer a Kendrick hater. Listen.
No, you are.
Listen, no, hell
You
no.
are.
Listen,
I saw what you posted on the story. You're like, this was a generational hater.
That's what that post said. I ain't put no caption
But you
on
shared
that.
it. But you
I
shared
shared it. I been said he was a hater. He
I'm-
just said he was a hater.
I'm convinced.
That's undeniable.
Everybody know he a hater. I ain't saying
I'm
nothing that's not
convinced
known.
Rod has
Let's say I'm the
transitioned.
biggest hater.
He's the biggest hater. Yeah, bro.
That's why I'm sorry, bro. If you want to say Kendrick lost off of one bar and one bar alone in the rap beef and said I don't got a hate bone in my body, if you would have just threw everything Kendrick said out the window off that fucking bull-faced lie, I'd have give it to you. I would have gave it to you. Like
The biggest hater.
Yeah, the Drake says we're trying to fight it, but when Kendrick said I don't got a hate bone in my body, I was like, hey, bro, Kendrick, dog. Like,
Listen. These girls at my job.
He almost died.
These girls at my job, right? They sitting there talking about the halftime show. They're like, yeah, that Kendrick halftime show, that shit's the worst thing I ever seen. I'm like,
Wow.
I'm like, damn, for real? I'm like, why you ain't like it? It was just like, it was just terrible. Like compared to Rihanna's and Usher, I'm like, well, what did he do different than Rihanna and Usher besides not sing? Well, the cut scenes, this, that. What cut scenes are you talking about? Like, he literally
It was just a
walking
performance.
around, singing on the mic, rapping, dancing, just like all the rest of them did. That's why.
Peekaboo was one of the funniest moments of that whole
Oh,
series.
Yeah, when he
No,
popped out like that.
No, Peekaboo was my favorite
Yeah.
part. I ain't gonna lie. When he popped up in that camera, I said, holy shit. Nigga, I was scared. I said, dog, this the boogeyman for
That's
real.
some real boogeyman shit. That's some real boogeyman shit, bro. I swear.
Like, where the fuck this nigga come from, bro?
Think
When
about
I seen the ghost.
that shit was funny as
Nah,
hell.
that shit was hard. Listen,
No, that shit-
And that's as much as he
That's what I'm saying.
hates.
From
You gotta admit, he's
Peekaboo
funny as hell, bro.
From
and
Peekaboo
Peekaboo, my
Forward
favorite. That's
was
my favorite
crazy.
song off the album. And I'm glad that he rapped AZ Chike. That's the name.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad he rapped his
And
verse.
his
That
reaction
shit
for
fire.
it, too. You
Yeah,
see
his whole family was watching it, and he didn't know if it was gonna be like his verse in it or whatever. And then Kendrick actually rapped, and his whole family
Right,
fucking
surprise,
tripped.
bitch. Check it
Yeah.
out.
Hey, he went in,
Hey,
too,
listen,
on that mug.
And whoever said rappers change, don't be dancing lying, because that nigga shit was hitting. Oh, God. That bitch was hitting. I swear to God.
I just want to throw in.
Hey, you
because,
buying into the theories on the A chain?
Uh,
I'm not either.
no, it's the
I
PG.
thought-
It's the
yeah,
PG
that
Lang
from
logo.
PG
It's
Lang, yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah, it's a
But-
PG Lane A, but like I never seen just the A and be like, oh, that's PG Lane.
so
I didn't know what that was.
That's immediately where my head went, because I knew that I saw what the A
dead
looked
cousin
like.
first initial or some shit. I'm like, all right, bet. It's
Okay,
still sweet.
respect.
It's still sweet.
I didn't know. I
Okay,
didn't know.
I
No, I don't know what it's for.
gotta
I was
work
saying.
this in.
That's why I'm thinking like it's like mean some shit.
You try to shoot some bail.
I just started missing.
Because I didn't see that A and go, oh yeah, that's a PG Lane.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
gotta
the
work
lasagna
this
right
in.
there. That's the A in lasagna.
What up?
Okay, so
Silence.
last night I'm on FaceTime with my mom and my brother, right? Shout out Jared Depp. Most of y'all know my mom. She's
Shout out
silly as hell.
Jared, that best
We
stand-up
started talking
comedian
about the
there ever
halftime
was.
show. She goes, you know what? I think Drake's a fucking imposter. I was like, whoa, hold on. I
That's
was like, okay, hold up. And we start going, and me and John are like, bro, like, we're Drake fans. Like, no, Drake, da-da-da. Like, we're defending Drake. And she's like, well, Kendrick had Serena Williams crip walking on stage. And my 68-year-old mother said this to me on FaceTime last night. I was, dude, what the fuck? The whole world is upside down at the moment, bro.
Yo,
I got
hey.
Jerry telling me about that, talking about crip walking.
It's 10 times funnier knowing her accent.
I
like,
know.
the accent she has, because God bless her soul, her accent has never left her.
Yeah, she's,
I will say, bro.
well, Serena Williams was crip walking on stage.
Remember when I
No,
told you
5
my-
year the hater.
My grandma literally called to watch Kendrick Lamar's halftime show.
Bro.
My grandma, my foreign ass grandma.
It's people now who are just literally I've heard people who I've never known them to know Kendrick Lamar. Like, they tell me, like, yeah, I saw that. I'm like, what are you doing watching this shit for, bro? Yo, all that. No, I'm like, Kendrick Lamar has putting people on that you would have never thought would listen to his stuff.
I know, yeah, it is pretty funny.
We was lit at your place at the pop-out. Oh, that was a good time.
Oh yeah.
was a good
The
time.
pop up was great.
But yeah,
You ain't invited
seeing
me,
the
though,
reach
so
of this is
fuck
pretty
you,
funny.
nigga.
You ain't-
I may not know you at the time, but that sentiment's symbolic. Fuck you too.
my bad.
I ain't gonna lie though. I think the biggest L of that performance was Serena Williams. I ain't gonna lie. She was in that bitch
I have
looking,
to agree with
looking
you on that.
dumb as hell. She looking dumb as hell.
I
That
like
shit
the
was
fact that
cringy
he
as hell
brought her
seeing
out, but
Crip
it was
walk
just
out.
kind of
She
random.
looked
We
like she
know
was
what this is
stepping
the
on a
thing
roach,
though.
like-
What I've thought about with this is like the thing is what he did. I think that was a stupid move because obviously we know what he's doing, but he has the track coverage of saying, well, she is from Compton. So he could.
He had the blanket.
He knew that
Again,
he
generational
knew that
safety.
could
If he
blanket
brought
it.
DeRozan out,
But
all right,
we know what he's doing.
If you bring out a bitch out there smacked already, like come on, like you're losing, and you call me a pedo. She older than me. That's looking real crazy. Out
Okay,
here.
okay.
Well,
Hold on,
hold on.
Well,
No,
you know
let's-
the reason why they
let's
the
play-
coverage though
let's
is
play-
from her doing that against Maria Sharapova in the
I ain't trying to
2012.
I ain't trying to hear no tennis
I
shit.
ain't trying to hear
I ain't trying to hear no tennis shit.
She does
Hold
not
on,
go up there and
hold on.
crip walk for no
I'll go-
goddamn tennis match from 20 years
I'll-
ago. I don't give a fuck if she said that out her mouth. She capping, nigga. She capping, nigga. She there to hate on Drake with the rest of them.
Hey.
It's fine. I ain't got no problem with
Hey,
that.
stick-
Just let it be known.
Stick with
Let
me.
it be known.
Stick with me. Stick with me here. When it comes to the crib walking, obviously Drake took the shots at her husband. You think her husband's like, yo, get him back? what do you, I just want the husband's reaction in that, because I've seen Twitter divided about that. Twitter was like, oh, she getting him back for his husband. And I saw the other half being like, yo, what kind of bitch shit you sent your girl out to get revenge? I seen both sides of it. I just want to know where the podcast lies. Let me see.
Listen,
in 2012.
Listen, if
in the
Serena,
London Olympics.
if she really wanted to make up for that, listen, I forgot what award show she was at. It was either ESPYs or some shit like that. She could have been up in them pumps, quip walking, break dance, or whatever she wanted to then and there, because it was way after that shit happened. So we all know that she was there for Drake.
Hey, don't
Let's
take
be
my
for
mic
real.
yet.
'Cause I seen her on stage.
I ain't finished.
At one of them award shows. I can't remember what it was.
Nobody's denying it, but I'm saying
He's denying it.
I wanna
That's what
I'm
saying.
not denying
He's
it, but what I'm
Oh,
telling you
you
is
are
though.
denying it.
No, I'm not denying it. What I'm saying though is
it's not no tennis
He's
beef.
denying
It's
it.
not no tennis beef.
the whole
I
thing about
promise you.
just real quick. So back in 2012, she had beat Maria Sharapova after the whole back and forth. She beat her at the Wimbledon Olympics.
This did
And
happen.
what happened was, after she did it, there was a big.
I ain't trying to hear that.
There's a big group of people who tried to
I'm gonna let you finish.
that tried to steal the gold medal from her, saying that she shouldn't have done it after the fucking match was over.
This did happen.
This did happen. So now, of course, you're gonna crip walk on Drake grave. That's all I'm saying.
But like Drake,
No,
but the
I
thing
wanna
about it is
know-
There for Drake.
just
That's all I
bad,
need to
yeah.
know.
I
That's
wanna-
all I was saying.
I
She was
wanna
there
know-
for Drake.
Both of y'all are
Whether
not
she
wrong,
crip
bro.
walk or not.
I
you know what
want
I'm
to know
saying? That's probably the
I wanna
only
know the
dance move she
conversation
know.
with the husband.
Besides busting the
That's
tennis
all
racket.
I give a fuck about. I want the conversation with the husband. The conversation with the husband. Do you
Yo,
think he was like? Get him, babe? Or do you think he was like? Or do you think he felt away?
dude, he's with Serena Williams. He's not worried about anything that goes on within that bullshit.
He's not
great.
insecure about Drake.
Fuck no, he don't care.
Okay. All right.
If I'm with Serena
we can
Williams,
move
you
on.
really think I'm
We
gonna
move on.
fuck?
We're not the podcast for this. We're not the podcast. Everybody, close the thoughts on Super Bowl performance. Anything.
Great
What
performance.
you loved, what you hated.
Amazing.
Oh,
Shit, who was that? I don't think we heard that nigga all day. Hey, that was just a question mark voice right there. We trying to figure out who that is.
That motherfucker gets paid by the minute. It's all good.
That nigga just popped up out the dark.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
He had more to say about a sandwich earlier than this halftime show.
You see how he curled his toes? when he was
Bro,
talking?
the sandwich hit different.